So we woke up really early this morning because we have an excursion and we have to be there at 8:30. The boat has not stopped sailing yet. We're still moving. Behind me, I think you might be able to see Curacao. However, there's a bad glare on the window right now, but it's over there.
So we're docking right now in Bonaire, and you can look off in the distance. There's a couple mountains out there and stuff, but right here is a little island called Klein Bonaire, or it's a Dutch island, so that means little Bonaire, and it's uninhabited. There's really barely any buildings on it, but you can take a water taxi out there, and that's where some of the best snorkeling is, they say, where turtles and other stuff are. So we just got off the ship. We came right over on the pier, had to show our vaccine card here, but we just had a picture of it. And then we came over onto the pier and they had a sign up, and this is where we're meeting for our excursion. So we got a pink wristband and we're just waiting, getting everyone ready so that we can go do our excursion.
Bonaire is the island that produces the most of the salt in the world.
Where all that salt's at. It's all this pink water over here. It's, yeah, crazy how much salt is in there.
So all of that salt right there, they put over here. It comes off this conveyor belt right here, and then there's tankers that come up in September, October, and they get 3 tankers a week, and they just put the salt right on the ship and then back out.
So the only thing that they do with the salt here is they cook it with it and they eat with it, and everyone else they just export it to, and then from there you can decide if you want to use it as a water softener, road salts, or if you want to powder it, refine it, grate it down, whatever you want to do. So the beach we're at right now does not have a sandy beach. It's very rocky, but it's actually all coral and seashells. It's supposed to be the best spot for divers. We drove past the best spot earlier. All of this light water right over here, they say is super easy. You can actually just walk across it. As soon as it gets dark, it drops off about 80 feet. That's why cruise ships are able to come so close to the shore. I got a whole chunk of salt.
Yeah, he just gave us this chunk of salt. So this is what they're making on the island and stuff, and it is great for bath salts and for eating, and yeah, anything you want there.
This is the best salt. If we cook on the island, we love to use the pure salt.
When you come in on your ship to get salt, you would go to one of these colors, and that'll let you know where you're gonna load up your salt. They also would light fires on the outs of coral to help you figure out where it was you needed to go.
Each one of these obelisks was right next to a house, and then next to the house were these slave huts. So during the weekdays, the slaves would stay there, and then on the weekends, they would go back to the other side of the island where their families were, where their wives would be working on plantations, because they have aloe, and they had sugar, I believe is what the other one was here. And so they stayed here because it's a 7-hour walk or something to get to the other side of the island. But we're going to show you now what the slave huts look like.
So we're walking on over to the slave huts once again. The men would only stay here from about Monday to Friday. It's not actually crazy windy in here. It's so windy out there. Yeah, we're standing inside of one of them, and it is super tight. It's not terribly insulated though. Like, it's not too hot in here.
No, it's not too hot. There's a lot of breeze coming in from this window down here, and then over here was where the door was, and then you can kind of see, like, it's not very large in here. You need to look at the ground and how much room there is.
That's our bus ride over there. We usually stop at different places for about 10 minutes, get off, get back on, take a few pictures while you're up. Our excursion comes with 2 hours at a beach, and we already have these chairs in this roped off area, so you can pick wherever you want, and they have bathrooms, restaurant, and anything that you can do.
beach right here is really windy, but it's a really nice beach for windsurfing and learning how to windsurf and practicing and stuff, because it's super shallow all the way out to there. So if you fall off, you just kind of stand back up and get on. But apparently Curacao, it was what they said, 5 of the top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
And it was the #1 and the #2 best windsurfer in the world for the last 3 years running, resides on the island.
I believe if you're interested in windsurfing, there's different places you can book it, but at this specific location we're at right now, you can book it here. We're gonna go walk to the downtown now. We got a ton of information. I definitely recommend doing the bus tour and beach excursion because it was really good. You guys didn't see everything, but we also did a pit stop to look at the flamingos, and we also did the donkeys.
Yeah, we stopped in there was like a natural preserve on the way back for protected mangroves and stuff, and they had donkeys, and then they had some other goats and stuff in there.
Yeah, they're trying to do a good job at protecting the flamingos because they get very scared of people, and when they leave in really big groups and they don't come back to the island. So they don't really want people like going up and scaring them or making them feel at all threatened because they are also their official bird. So learned a lot of information there.
There's one other thing about the donkey there is we saw one. There's a few on the island and they're now protected, but there's a black donkey and it gives a black donkey cheese, and it's becoming a new thing and it's very expensive. So they decided to protect the donkey.
Blue, the feeling behind my eyes. You stood out 'cause you were in red. Then, against my intentions,
Behind me you're going to see some cactus, and you see a lot of cactus here, specifically Cactus Fences. They only use they're really long and skinny ones for fences. They say they're actually even better than having security cameras because the animals such as donkeys can't get through and people can't jump it because obviously you'll get poked a bunch. So those are super common. And then we were learning the ones that are not straight but have a bunch of these arms. I'm demonstrate. Like that. They actually make a alcoholic beverage from that called Cadushy, which we just tried earlier, and it is a beautiful lime green color and it's very limey flavored.
For that one, for the Caduce liqueur, and then there's also others that they make like a tequila style, so more of a mezcal, and then there's others, and it's made from Caduce, and they distill it.
It was pretty good. Just went in the liquor store, so we got to try a couple of their local drinks, which was very educational.
As you're walking around, you'll come across these all the time, different rocks and coral that they make into a flamingo, because that's the national bird.
We came to Milano tonight, and it is a French-inspired venue. We just finished up with all of our appetizers and entrees, and we're moving on to the dessert menu.